What's going on, everybody? What up, world? This is the Cloud Chronicles. We're back again with another great episode. I'm your host, Johnny Blaze. I got a special guest joining me today, all the way from Montreal. I want you to give a warm welcome, show your love for Izabelle.
Love it.
Appreciate you joining me today. Appreciate you joining me. How you doing out there?
I'm great. I'm not bad actually. How about you?
Good. Hey, I'm good. That's what I love to hear. I'm good. I'm working out here, man. I'm trying to just keep busy with this stuff.
Yeah, feels good to do something and talk about music and all that kind of stuff during this pandemic. It makes us, I don't know,
Right.
keeps us busy.
Right. It does. It does. So this is your first time on the show. Thanks again. So would you introduce yourself to everyone? Um, I should have told everybody. First of all, she is a singer and a songwriter. Let me backtrack real quick. Miss Izabelle. So now that I've told them that, introduce yourself, tell them what type of music you do. Just let them know who you are.
All right. Well, I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm based in Montreal, Canada. I've been performing for over 17 years all over the world as a singer, and I always wanted to do original stuff until I got disappointed so many times by record labels and the music industry in general, and I decided
Mhm.
to start as an independent artist. I decided that maybe 4 years ago, and I released my first album last year in English and this year in French.
Oh, okay.
And I'm doing mostly pop with a funk twist, a little bit of R&B vibe, and I write both in French and in English.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of not to put you on the spot, but that's kind of why I wanted you to introduce your music because I had no idea what to like. Kind of, I didn't want to box you in because it's definitely not this or that. You know what I mean? It's exactly what you said. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I really did though. It's dope.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part you just said.
Oh, oh, okay. I said no. I kind of. That's why I'm glad you described your music because that's kind of how I was describing it. It's like a little bit of this and
Yeah,
a little bit of that, and put it all together. It's just
yeah.
this really cool sound. It was really cool,
Thank
really cool
you.
sound.
What is it's definitely pop, but so many influences from Daft Punk to Jamiroquai to Michael Jackson, Prince. I really love the new stuff that Dua Lipa's doing, and I love Lady Gaga. I'm a big Black Eyed Peas fan, so all of
Mhm.
this mixed together, I think you can hear it in the music I'm doing.
Right. So how long music?
Excuse me.
How long have you been doing music?
Professionally, it's been 17 year. This December, it's my 17th year. I just finished it.
Wow.
Uh, like I said, I've been touring a lot for the first 13 years. I was in the show band doing festivals, big events, uh, five-star hotels across the
Mhm.
world
Yeah.
with a show band, and I just wanted to get all of the experience I needed on stage, on tour, um, while I was waiting for this. Like we all wait for this magical opportunity to happen. Someone like discovers you and offers you a record deal, and like I said, it happened a couple times, but I've been disappointed a few times. And at
Right.
one point I was like, yeah, the industry is not the same. It's not as easy nowadays for record labels, so they don't want to take any risk, and they want to kind of they kind of want to put you in a box to make
Right.
sure 100% sure that your music is gonna sell.
Right.
But this box, I didn't like the box that they wanted to put me in. They wanted me to play the typical uh, girly pop singer,
Yeah.
sexy singer. And at one
Mhm.
point, I was like, this is not what I want to do. They even wanted to change the way I'm singing. You
Oh,
know
that's a big no-no.
I know what's really trendy
Right.
right now. It's that electro kind of vibe with a really soft voice, and it's absolutely not what I am, and even what I wanted to sing about, and what kind of lyrics I was writing. They wanted to change that. They were like, nah, you cannot talk about this subject because it's too sensitive. You can't expose your ideas and your positions the way you're doing it. You have to be more
Right.
general and more mainstream. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you know what? No. If I'm gonna
They won't
do
let it.
something and release something, I want it to be representative of the person that I am and the values that I believe in. So that's why I
Right.
decided to start as an independent artist. I went back to school. I studied the music business just to make sure I knew where I was going with that. Like when you
That's very
start
smart.
investing, you start putting money in that in your project. You want to be able to know exactly what you're doing and have a business plan. So I was
Right.
like, okay, if I'm gonna manage and manage my career and be an independent artist, I have to know what I'm doing. It's fine to write music. It's fine to be able to build a show and to be able to sing and be on stage, but all of the other aspect I didn't. Back in the days, I was not feeling like I had all of the information and the knowledge that I needed to be able to do everything. It's not to do everything by yourself, but to understand
Right.
everything so you can build a team around you and find the right people to work on your project with you. So that's what I did. I went back to
Yeah.
school for 2 years. I did a lot of workshops as well. And at one point, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. I started to record the album, and I was so lucky with the team I found. I have been working with some of the members of the band of a band in Montreal. It's a funk band, and it's really popular in Montreal. It's called the Brooks, and the main
Okay.
singer used to be a part of the Michael Jackson house band back in the days. So
Really?
he is incredible. His name is Alan Prater, and he's been doing all of the vocal coaching for the album, the musical arrangements. It's the bass player of the Brooks who did them, and some
Mhm.
of the musicians of the Brooks as well. They recorded on the album, so I was so lucky to be surrounded by this amazing team of incredible musicians. Uh,
Right.
they
Right. That's
they've
dope.
been
You got some
working
heavy
for so
hitters.
long in the business, so I learned a lot with them.
Right. So, well, let me ask you. You do music and you sing. So, like, talk to me. Like, what do you like to do? How do you like your creation process? Like, what do you like to do when you're gonna go write a song or before you're about to go record? You know, like what do you get in the mood to do? Like, do you go jog? Do you go, I don't know, have a cup of coffee? What's your creation process?
Most of the time, I would say it's like I don't know. I write about topics that mean a lot to me. For example, for the first album, I was talking about empowerment, about self-care, about mental health, about um, domestic violence. I was singing as well
Right.
about the feeling like we always feel that we're not enough and we're putting so much pressure on ourselves. So I just wanted to write all about those topics for myself so I could feel better and to convince myself to, I don't know, try to Yeah, just to try to empower myself, and in the
Right.
meantime I think it empowers others too. But I
It
wanted to
does. It
sing
does.
I wanted to sing about those topics in a positive way, not something like dreadful and
Hmm.
dark and down. So that's kind of my style, I would say. I like to bring like the good out of something that can drag us down, or I
Hmm.
don't know. It feels so empowering to sing those lyrics on stage. So when I usually do, I start with the like a just a groove. I work a lot with GarageBand and Ableton, so I just write a groove, like a bass line and a drum pattern, and then I'm just jamming a melody on top, and then I just think about the topic I want to talk about, and then the lyrics starts to form almost by themselves. And
Hmm.
then I sometimes add more instruments to the track, and I try to find some references, what I want the songs to sound like, what
Hmm.
sound do I want to have, and then I get together with my musicians and we're working on the arrangement and the sound, and we try different stuff in the studio, and then we record.
So, do you always have a live band when you perform?
I try to because I don't know, it feels so good just to have like your band. I've been doing live music for my whole career now. My whole adult life, I've been doing live
Right.
music. So I've always performed with a band. I tried to perform with a track, but it's not the same. And even when I have no choice and they don't have the space for my whole band,
Hmm.
if I sing with a track, I'm gonna bring my drummer just to play along with the track, or I'm just muting all the drum tracks and the drummer plays live. That's the minimum I'm willing to do, because playing with tracks, it's, I don't know, I'm all about connection, I'm all about vibes, and to me, just to
Right.
be on stage by myself with like something that's not live, it feels just
Hmm.
awkward. I don't know, I don't like it.
No,
I may be old
well,
school.
I only ask because I think it's dope. I think it's dope that you do that because I think it adds right to it. You know what I mean? And then you get to share the experience with people that are close to you as well. But yeah, I definitely I like that. So my vote is keep doing that for sure. Keep performing with the live band. That's great.
Yeah, but even in the studio nowadays, it's not all like, it's not every artist who record all of the instruments live in the studio. Most of
Hmm.
the instruments are made by programming sound into a computer and processing everything. Like I do some processing if I want to have a special sound or a special, I don't know, sound design, but
Sound
then
effect or something you want to throw in there?
yeah, but I need to have real people playing. I need to hear it, I need to feel it, and it's never the same if it's a machine or if it's a real person. And I don't really like everything to be top notch perfect. I like these little imperfection that makes everything more organic, and
Right.
in the studio and on stage. And
Right.
I think we're not meant to be perfect, and perfection really doesn't exist. You can do your
Right.
best, you can give all everything you got, but
Mhm.
those little imperfection, they do make this perfect result, I think.
Right. Right. So do you know this to talk about what you're speaking on? You know who John Legend is, the singer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm a big fan of his, and I can't remember which album it was. Maybe it was the "Come Fly with Me," I believe it was called. But he has a track at the end, and it's like his entire family, and they're
Okay.
singing in the studio. Like it sounds. If you listen to it, it sounds like they're all circled around someone playing the piano and the records and everything. But you have the laughter in there from like the people and the giggles and like you know what I mean? It literally makes you feel like you were sitting right there, just in the corner, just watching. And that's kind of like what the live band, like when you record with the live
Yeah.
band, it's the same thing. You can hear that through the music, like on, however you look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to feel the vibe. You want to feel like if you close your eyes, you feel like you can almost be there with the band
Right.
while they record. A machine can never do that.
No,
Never.
no,
It
definitely,
does a
definitely.
good job. It does a good job and it costs less money. And that's a
Right,
good thing.
right.
But still, I prefer make less money to go do a gig and have less money at the end than to have to go perform with a live track, like a
Right.
backing track. Even if on the backing track it's live musicians, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know it. I've been performing for 13 years with backup dancers and musicians, and the
Mhm.
more people on stage, the better. I don't know. Just
Right, right.
I have no problem being by myself on a stage. It's just it's not the same energy.
Yeah.
It's empowering. It lifts you up. The musicians are there to make you shine. They're there to
Right, right,
connect with you, and something like clicks that with a backing track it doesn't happen.
right. So I want to ask you about some of your projects. So are you currently working on anything right now, or did I, before we met, did something drop previously? You want
Yeah,
to touch on that? All the three. If you got all three, tell me about
awesome.
it.
I like I said last year in November, I released my first EP in English. It's called Version 2.0, and I really wanted to have a French version for the people in Quebec, so they could really understand the lyrics, and so I could break the language barrier. I've been singing in English my whole career, my whole life because I was singing abroad. So
Right,
to me, it's more natural to, even though I have an accent in English, when I'm singing, it's easier for me to sing in English than in French. I've never been singing in French my whole life, but I wanted to do it as a challenge, and it was important to me to do something for the people back home. So I was supposed to release the album in French and in English at the same time, but then I
mhm.
quickly realized that doing French versions was not as easy as I thought. So
Okay.
I had to postpone the French version because I wanted to have more time to work on the lyrics and the flow, especially. I didn't want to release something that would be a pale copy or a bad version of the original just because I wanted to have a French version. I wanted to release something that would be equally, uh, I don't know, that would sound like natural to the ear and would, I don't know, would not bug me to it, that I didn't want to have to think when I'm singing in French, okay,
Hmm.
I'm gonna do the French version because I have to,
Right.
but I would rather sing the English version, the original version. So I didn't want to
It's
think
more
that.
natural.
Yeah.
More natural.
So
Yeah.
I've been working extra hard to release the French version. I had to put away two songs. I couldn't do a French version for two songs of the album, but the four others, I did maybe 10 version each. And the final version, I
Right.
was happy about the final one. I released the album in French in September, and I released as well my first music video in French and in English at the same time. It's from the song, my song Self Talk Session, and right now it's playing on the 43 radio stations across Canada. And we have this big
Hmm.
network called Rouge FM. So it's playing on Rouge FM as well. So I'm pretty happy about it. It's my first radio single. So for a first one, it's doing really good, really well. And
Congratulations. Congrats.
thank you. Thank you. And for 2021, well, during all the whole pandemic, I've been writing a lot. preparing for the life to go back to normal. And
Right, right, right.
so I'm preparing a show. I'm preparing my second album. We're gonna get into in the studio in January and February next year. We're gonna record this second album. It's kind of the it's kind of a sweet, like a part two of the first album, but
Mm,
it's more, I would say it's more personal. So I wanted to do like an intro, an outro, interludes in between the songs, so people could get to know me a little better music wise, and my all of my universe, my musical universe. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait to do it. It's gonna be called Vulnerable, and
okay,
I'm gonna probably release it in the spring,
okay.
and that's it. I'm just ready to go on tour with my first two album and hit the road as soon as we can.
Right, right. Yeah, hopefully that'll be very, very, very soon.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. You know what I mean? Let's get out of here. I do want to ask you, this is a non-music related question because
Okay.
you're out there in Montreal. Are you a letter?
Excuse me.
Oh, I said, are you a Letter Kenny fan?
A what?
The show Letter Kenny.
I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry.
Have you ever seen it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, it's out there in Canada, and they do a lot of shooting in Quebec. So I didn't know how popular it was out there. So I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, but I'm not a good reference. I don't watch any shows, or I'm sorry about that.
You're always working. I'm not a big TV
Yeah.
person. I get it. The life of a musician. The life of a musician. I
Yeah, and
get it.
during the pandemic I started to paint. I was painting back in the days, but I never had the time to do it nowadays. So I went back to painting and doing all of the things that we never have time to do. So painting, reading, songwriting. I'm playing the piano. I used to play piano back in college, but I stopped. I didn't have any time to practice. Now I'm back at it,
Mhm.
and that's how I'm keeping busy.
Right. No, this is that's definitely one thing we can pull out of the quarantine if you're a creator of any sort is you got time to create. So
Yeah, and
use
to
it
slow
wisely.
down. To
Right.
slow down. Just take it
Right.
easy. I'm a workaholic, and I
Mhm.
now I understand how much pressure I was putting on myself before this pandemic. I used to do gigs 3 to 4 nights a week, every week.
Wow.
I don't want to go back to that.
Mm-mm. You're
I
like,
don't want.
1 week is cool, maybe two,
Yeah,
depending
like
on what
something
it
in between.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Balance. Balance.
Right.
I that's
Right.
the main thing that I learned from the pandemic. It's to take a chill pill
Right.
and
I
take
hear
the
you. I hear you.
time for yourself. Take the time. Don't always do what's urgent and what's important. Yeah, you have to do what's urgent, but you have to do other stuff as well that is non-urgent but important to you.
Right.
And
Definitely.
that's why,
Definitely.
like, I
Agree.
don't want to go back to that crazy life I had before COVID.
Right.
I want to make sure that when life goes back to normal, uh I'm gonna do gigs, but I'm gonna perform mostly originals. I don't want to sing other people's songs anymore and
Right.
my
No more
original
covers, huh?
material. I have enough songs now to do a full show of 2 hours, so I'm gonna do it. And
Yeah. That's
I
the best
don't
way.
have that. I don't want to do any more compromise. Now I know that I'm able to do other stuff as well. So might as well do what I 100% want to do and work for it.
Right, right. I hear you. I'm all for that. So before I let you go, if you do want to give any shout outs to anybody, say hi, go ahead.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I want to make a shout out to
Did I lose you there?
all of my people in Quebec. I have a really
Stay with
amazing.
us. We're having some technical
Oh,
difficulties.
is it okay now?
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Hey, it happens with Zoom. I mean, it happens. It's no big deal. I was asking, did you before I let you go, did you want to give any shout outs to anybody? Say
Sure,
hi.
that's really nice of you. I want to make a shout out to all of my people in Quebec. I have a very amazing fan base. I'm sharing with them all of my process, all of the path I've been going through since day one, and they've been so supportive. So I want to make a big shout out to ma gang de fans VIP sur Facebook. Thanks for being there, and I know that they will listen to the podcast, even though they're not, most of them are not 100% understanding English, but they will watch. And I'm really glad that you're making this effort to follow me in my journey. And I'm very grateful for it.
Oh well. Hey, I appreciate you sitting down today. I know you're very, very busy. You got shows and content like that. I'm glad you could made time for such a small podcast. That we appreciate it.
Ah, I'm very happy that you invited me. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's no problem. You're welcome back at any time. If you ever want to come back before you're dropping any new material, you're more than welcome. Just hit me up.
Cool, cool. I would love that.
All right, all right, all right, everybody. That has been another episode of the Cloud Chronicles, your favorite new podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Blaze. This is my special guest from Montreal, Izabelle. Make sure, before I let you go, tell them where they can find you on social media, real quick, please.
Everywhere, Izabelle Artist, or my website, isabelleofficial.com. I'm on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. Even though I'm pretty boring on TikTok because I don't really post, but I'm gonna get there.
I just joined TikTok too a couple weeks ago, so we'll follow each other.
Awesome.
All right, all right. Well, like I said, everybody, appreciate you for tuning in and staying with us another episode. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe so you get all the notifications. Cloud Chronicles merchandise is in stock. We have ladies wear now. We've got socks and we've got long sleeve t-shirts. You can support the podcast. I appreciate it. All right, everybody.
Nice.
So, like I always like to say, take care of your mental health. It's real. Take care of this. It'll take care of you. Tell somebody you love them. Peace, good vibes. Namaste. See you later.